Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Uh-oh, I've got my. Hold on. 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 Hello, everybody. Are we okay now? Okay. I don't know what happened there. I got a big echo. Were you hearing all those echoes with me? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I was hearing strange things. So I had to click something off. I think it's okay. Let me know if it sounds all right or if you're still hearing the weird sounds. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was hearing, Carla. Like, whoa, what the heck was that? Crazy time. Okay, good. Yeah, I what I had done, which I've done before and it worked okay. I had put a uh, a second screen up with YouTube so I could, see if there was any glitches over there. And when I did that, it was just started echoing everything I said, even though I turned the volume down or off. Oh well, I just won't be able to deal with that today. I'll figure that one out some other day. Hey, Mary, how you doing, Kathy? Is it really muggy and already warm down there in your part of the world? Johnny, you're not underneath all the books and invoices and all that crazy stuff. Oh, I just got home about 15 minutes ago, so let me catch my breath. Let me catch my breath. I went out to run errands, and then there was some kind of traffic was backed up. Found out later, further up, there had been some kind of accident. So I was sitting in traffic for I don't know how long, a long time. And there was no way to get out of it. There wasn't any side streets where I was stuck. 72 boxes. Oh, wow. Hey, that's the only way you make money is if you have 72 boxes to get rid of, you know? Yeah, I'm not on her hit list. I almost was. I had a glitch on my credit card. There was some kind of charges, and so I had to put a freeze on it, and because I didn't want to like completely stop it, because then you have to like get a whole new number, a whole new this, a whole new everything. So they suggested I put a freeze on it, which I did, and then it got straightened up within about a day and a half or so. But in the meanwhile, I was like, oh my goodness, panic time. I don't want it to get another account. It'll mess me all up. Yeah, I just missed that hit list. Whew, that was close. Yeah, time for a bottle of wine. I don't like wine. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. It doesn't like me because it gives me an instant headache. I think it's just um, the strength of the sugar content that's in wine, although I eat other things that have more sugar content. There's something else. Maybe it's a tannin or something that's inside of wine, but it gives me an instant headache. I like the way it smells. Yeah. Get the kettle on. Well, what I have is some of my sweet tea to keep me awake. I got me some sweet tea and I go, okay, I'm just gonna suck on this all night. Oh. And I think I'm gonna have to put some drops in my eyes. They're very dry. See, Joyce knows what I'm talking about. Gives her a headache too. Hey, Mitz. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne's been finding me a whole bunch of cool stuff to check out. Hey, Lynn. Michelle. Hey, all the cool kids are showing up. I'm impressed. Oh, I think I'm gonna put some drops in my eyes before I go any further. Because every tree in my yard is blooming, and it's really acting out my allergies. So before I just totally go blind here, let me put some drops in before we even get started. Glump, glump, glump. Oh, that feels good. That's my friend. The doctor had given me a prescription for something that's supposed to be, it's sort of like an artificial tears, but it feels like, I don't know, greasy or sticky or something. And then my eyelashes all stick together and it gets this little crusty gummy stuff around my eyelashes where it hits my eyelid. And I'm going, oh, that's pretty. Is it this stuff? No, that's not it. I think I don't even have it over here because it was kind of nasty. And it didn't feel any better than the regular drop. So I figure, oh, forget this. Oh, now I got to try that. Now new things on my list. Oh, good, Michelle. Everybody that ordered when it is out, there was a few people that had contacted me after I didn't have any more. But if you saw all the stuff I have, I had enough stuff to put them together. So I did put a few together. So maybe the very, very last ones that ordered don't have them yet, but they have gone out. So is pharmaceutical vaccine. Oh, maybe. All I know is it doesn't I mean it comes out like a drop, but it's very, very thick drop. and and it just leaves like crusty bits on my eyes. And that's not like I've gone to sleep, and it's kind of extracted things. No, this is during the day. While I'm out and about doing my thing. Yeah. No good sweet tea. Oh, really? How come? Is it a southern thing, sweet tea? I did not know. Let me phrase this. I had never really had sweet tea until you get southern sweet tea. That tea, there's a reason why it's called sweet tea. Oh my goodness. I've never had such sweet tea in my entire life. And now I've just kind of sort of gotten used to sweet tea. But that's about the only thing. Like I don't drink, sodas and stuff like that. If I do, I just buy one and I bring it home. But I don't shop and buy soda. And so my one little super sweet thing is sweet tea. Brooke. Has that chicken laid anything yet? Or is it still constipated? Hey, Judy. Did I say hello, Aaron? I don't know. I don't do real good romper room. If you guys, haven't already figured that one out. You regulars already know. You're on your own. You guys are on your own. Hey, Linda. Joyce. Did I say hello to Joyce? I don't think I said hello to Joyce. Joyce, that's what my husband, well, before my husband realized that he had, issues with sugar, he did that too. He still never got used to how sweet, the sweet tea is, and he would get half and half too. Ooh, a lot of you are already here. I wanted to let you guys know. I'll say it at the end after everybody has come to. Um, I started a group on Facebook. In case you guys are on Facebook, I started a group on Facebook um, for the sole purpose of the Kaboodle kits. Because you guys are making such cool stuff and you wanted to share with each other and all that and get inspiration of what to do with your kit. Maybe you didn't want to do exactly, what I showed on the tutorial and you wanted to try something different. And you can get a lot of inspiration over there from the other gals that are putting the stuff together. You do not have to buy one of my kits to join the group. Come on over and get inspired. You might have a bunch in your stash that you want to use, and you just want to, see what other ladies are doing with their stashes, and maybe it can inspire you to, get that stuff out and start playing with it. So I encourage you to come on over. It's in the description, the group. Two, some of the collages I've been playing around with, I'm putting them over in the group. It's a free download, so you can go over there and you can print those out. I put the Asian one up about a week ago, and the funky fish one will be going up after we're done with the Asian one. So you'll have that access to that over there. Also, trying because a few of you have already showed interest in wanting to get the kits every month. I mean, as long as it's interesting to you to get a kit every month. So, what I'm going to do is when the kits are available, first, I'm going to make the announcement over in the Facebook group, and then I'll give you my PayPal information, and you can purchase the kits over there when I post it in the Facebook group. After that's been out for a few days, and you guys that are regulars, so that you guys can get first dibs and all that, then however many I have left over, I will go and post them in Etsy. Two purposes. One is because, you guys are making this all possible, so I'm going to let you guys know first. Second, less money that goes to Etsy. Haha, just being real. All right. So that's what we'll be doing. So, what else? What else did I want to mention? There was something else. Woohoo, can't remember now. It will come to me. Oh boy. Anyway, that was pretty the main thing is if these, things that we've been doing the past couple of months interest you, go over to the group, and that way you can take advantage of the little free downloads for each theme. I just started it last month, so I didn't have a collage for January, February, but I did for the Asian one, and you guys were with me making the collage for the funky fish. So that one will be up soon. Okay, so what time is it? Okay, it's almost 15 after. I was going to wait till 15 after, but it looks like we're here. All right, what's the Facebook group? I do have it there in the description. Let me see if I can get it without, losing everybody. You know how that is. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this. 1 second. I am getting better. Copy. Oh man, see, Brooke's already there. Man. Okay, I already got it, so I might as well do it too, just to show off that I can do it. Maybe I can't do it. I don't know. Okay, I see Brooks. Do you see mine? I know I do have a proud buzz. Oh, and I must share this with you. You guys that were with me last summer, you guys, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown, I think within a month from now. Those robins have already started attacking my windows. All right. It is March, and they do it until October. Oh my gosh. So if you hear some thumping, nobody is playing the drums. It's those birds. Just so you know. I may have to just start only doing videos when it's dark because they, obviously they're asleep. The link below is not complete. The ending is missing. Well, what the heck can I do about that? I see, I told you. Let me try again. Let's see. Group. That's all that shows up there. That's all it shows. It ends with that number. Let me see. Let me try it. Let me try it again. Let me try it again. Did that work? Edit my description. Okie dokie. Oh, the one in the description is wrong? Is that what you're telling me? If I'm understanding correctamundo? Hmm. Do robins eat bugs? Oh, yes, they do. I've watched him pull out this worm that must have been, well, he started off maybe 2 inches. By the time he got him out, he was about 3 inches long. Okay. All right, good. Well, we'll just Rusty Peacock Kaboodle Kids. There you go. Hey, JJ. Oh, they're not blue jays. They're robins. The robins are like a reddy, brownish, orangish. Oh, you'd like them. But they're a pale orangish. All right. So I think what we'll do, if you guys are agreeable to this, we're gonna start. Okay. Well, let me backtrack. The basic journal together from scratch. So, like I said, I'm not going to initially be repeating things that I've already showed you. I'm trying to build up little, more things that you can do for your junk journal in case you're new. This is basically if you're new, and if you're old hat, well, maybe you get a little inspiration here or there, or maybe you can share with us. But so the first month, we basically showed how to put a basic journal together out of either cardboard or a book. So if you're unfamiliar of how to do that, just go back to the January video, and that will show you step by step. But that fabric, that's what I did. I put the fabric on this, and this was not a full book. It was like we did it in January, 2 pieces of cardboard and put it in a spine. And then what I did here is this is that piece of fabric that you got. And then I got a file folder and just painted it the most bright red that I had. And so then I just glued the file folder in here and then glued the fabric there in the middle. And this is just part of that file folder. This is also a piece of the file folder, and I did some stamping and stuff, and then put a piece of that fabric right there. And that's basically how this one was done, using the same technique that we did in January. Oh, you just found out? Oh, good. At least now you got to notice. Now you know I'm here. All right. So that's how that one was done. All right. And this one also, it was done the same way. This happens to was a book that let me get this stuff out of here. This was a book that I wanted to use. It's still kind of a mess because it was red, so I figured, oh well, why not? But the front part I didn't like. It didn't go with the theme, obviously. And so I had some scraps from the fabric that some of you got, the one that had the little temple theme to it. So I had some scraps, and I just kind of layered it on top of each other and then created a little pocket right here. And then again, use that fabric to put around it and use some on the spine. And then I used a piece of other kind of brocade that I had, some satin, I should say more satin, and glued that in the back also. And probably tomorrow I'll show you what I did here with this. That I don't think we'll get to that today, because what we're going to do today, ta-da, is this one. We're going to do that one today. Ta-da! So let me get all the pieces apart. So let me look. Do you have any questions so far? Oh, and remember to put it in capitals so I can see you, because, oh my goodness, you guys are chitty chatty and then I don't see it. Is anybody else buffering besides Angie? Yeah. Oh yeah, that was an earring. Where did that go? Where did that go? Yeah. This is a clip-on earring. So when you see clip-ons, don't pass them by, because look at that. And what's cool about that is if you don't want that on the spine, and let's say, I think I'd rather have that in the front. Ta-da! You've remade your journal right there. Some people yes, some people no. So I guess if you do, it might be on your end, or else everybody would be buffering if it was on my end. Something to keep an eye out for when you're going to garage sales or, junk shops. Earrings, clip on. All right. So this little puppy. Buffering, not buffering. Okay. All right. So for those of you that did not get the kit, what I used are extra large craft sticks. And so, and those of you that got the kit, I did the holes for you, because I know not everybody, that's one thing I've noticed, in the lives and different things. Not everybody has the tools, and I understand, because it wasn't, ow. Oh, and also I touched a plant, and I think I have one of those little stickers that you can't see. And every time I touch it a certain way, I go, ah! So that's what that's all about. So I did punch the holes. Now, if you notice, I put them in two different areas. And the reason I did that was that if you choose to use the elastic for the binding, you would use the outer one, the one that's closest to the top and to the bottom, because that will give you room to put in your signatures if you're just going to slide them in like that. But if you're going to sew them in, you'd want them further up. You don't want them that far down. That the space is too big. So that second set that you see, oops, am I even in frame? That second set that you see, this would be if you want to sew in your signatures, and the outer ones are if you want to use the elastic. Just in case you're going, why does she have so many goofy holes? I'm just trying to think ahead and accommodate you, because some of you ladies may not like, the elastic thing, and want to sew it in. So that's why that's there. Just in case you were wondering. Alrighty. Hey, Sandra. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8, and then we need the center one. That's the only one I have. Just let me talk to myself. I'm okay. Oh yeah, that's the pattern one. I don't want to use that one. All right, so what I did, if I remember, because it was a month ago I did this, so I have to refresh my memory. Okay, Rosemary, what was it that you did? What did you do? I'm trying to remember the measurement for this. Okay, so I did that about 3/4, about 3/4 of an inch. So basically, if you look at the spine, you just have to make sure that your wire, I would suggest that your wire go below the one that's further toward the center, just right below it. And whatever, it doesn't have to be exact. It's not an exact science. So this is what I did in case you want to do what I did. And this thing is all wonky. So if you've got a wonky one like me, kind of try and straighten that little puppy up. Okay. Let me get something a little stiffer. Well, you need something flat too. This table, I keep saying I'm going to switch it over, and I get so busy with what I'm doing, I forget to switch it over. So let me get something that's long enough, that is flat enough, so I don't create a problem for myself. Because I can already see that I'm creating a problem for myself. And now that's wonky too. Oh boy. I need to de-wonkify this so it works. I need something. I need something. Oh, let's see if this one is. Oh, this looks flatter. That feels better. So, rule number 1, get a flat surface. Hi, Deb. Get a flat surface. That would be very helpful. And then I just did this. I mean, it does not have to be exact, but ooh, that one's really wonky too. It just helps if it's a little straight. Because all I'm going to do, if I can find a pencil, here's a pencil, here's a pencil. All I'm going to do is draw a line, and it doesn't have to be straight. It's just as a point of reference. So I'm going to pick, right below that. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be level. It's just a point of reference. Whoa! But you do have to keep them together. That's helpful. And then do the same thing on the other end. Okay, and so what this is going to be is where you're going to try, and again, you don't have to be perfect about it. This is where you're going to get your wire. And that's going to be sort of the guideline of where your wire is going to go to create this look here. Because that's all put together with the wire. Now, I also have the benefit of having played around with this for a while, for about a month. Hi, Linda. For about a month. And what ended up happening, which I thought it would, I wasn't sure, but it did, where the wire bends right here. Of course, when you bend wire, thin wire, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, we all know what happens. It breaks. So, and that's what happened. And so what I did is I just put a piece of fabric on there, and that solved the problem. So that'll be part of what we do. And did I put, yeah, and I put one inside also, a piece of fabric on there. So when we're all done, that's what we'll do. And that'll, even if it does break, it's not going to fall apart because the fabric will keep it together as part of the binding. Alrighty? Alrighty. Now, when I made this one, it was before I had found this napkin, which I just totally fell in love with. And, that's why I put that in everybody, because I just fell in love with this napkin. So when I did the original one, I didn't care that that I was putting the napkin straight on to these sticks. Now remember, now if you've done work with napkins before, when you take that backing off, now you don't have the white behind it. So whatever you lay it on, it's going to, absorb that color part of its palette. So when I put the napkin over this, it gave it, more of an age look to it, as opposed to, being bright and intense the way it was with the white napkin part behind it. And I didn't care. I liked that. But when I got this, I did not want this one to look vintagey. I wanted it to look the way it was because I just really liked it. So that's what you guys have to decide. If you're going to use this napkin or whatever napkin you're going to use, if you want it to be true to what the napkin looks like right there, you are going to have to paint paint the background white on the same color as the back of the napkin for you to have that same look. If you don't, then you're going to get this look, which is an aged look. So it's up to you, whatever you guys want to do. So this had already been completely made when I got this napkin. So what I did is I kind of cut out the napkin the shape I wanted it, laid it on here, traced it with a pencil, and then I painted all of that white, and then I put the napkin on top of that. So that's how I was able to do it after the fact. So the fact that you're starting from scratch, you can make the decision now. If you want whatever napkin or whatever you're putting on these sticks, if you're going to be using a napkin, decide now if you're going to leave it to look more of a natural vintage look or if you want it to look the true color. And that'll determine if you're going to paint the front or if you're just going to glue the napkin down and then put some kind of a sealant on top of it. So that is your choice of what you're going to do. So I'm trying to think for the one I'm going to be doing here with you guys, which way I should go. See, I didn't think that through, Rosemary. Do you use acrylic paint? Yes, I used acrylic. I can't remember if I used gesso, but yeah, it was acrylic. It was either gesso or white acrylic paint. I can't remember which. It was whatever was closest to me because I was kind of experimenting, and then whoo, I liked it. So that's why I'm sharing that with you because I do like the way it came out. Let me see. All right. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think here. I should have thought this through. I'm just trying to decide which way to go. If I should paint and show you what I did when I paint, how I got this look by painting it, or just do the whole thing that look. What do you guys want? Okay, vote time. Oh, can you do one without the white paint? Can we see? Okay, yeah, I could do that. Okay, that's okay. That's perfect. You already know what it looks like if I if you paint it. You already know what it's going to look like. So okay, so we're going to do it without the painting. Done deal. And then if you guys want to see it the other way, maybe that'll be a different day. But for today, we're just going to au naturel. We're going to go au naturel. All right, so we go right into this now. Now I've only done this, like 2 times. So don't judge me. Ooh, I hope I have enough of this stuff to do this with you. Oh, I did so many of the kits. Oh no, I've got to have enough. Wait. I know I have some of this other stuff I could use. I got plenty of this in case I don't have enough. Why don't I use what I know I have plenty of so I don't run out? Let's do it that way. It's all the same gauge. This I used what is this? 26 gauge. And you guys could use thicker one if you like, but I know some of the ladies have a hard time working with their hands. And so I wanted to make it easy for them that you don't have to use a tool. You can just use your fingers. So that's why I went with such a thin one. But you can go with the thicker one if you don't mind, doing all the work. All right, let me get me some scissors. And so if you decide in another date to use something different, what I did is, because it's going to be wrapping in the front and the back, I did it double 2 times, and then just to allow for the twisting and the turning and all that kind of good stuff, I just did 3. So whatever length it is that you're working with, just do it 3 times that. So I got one for the top and one for the bottom. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now you want to start from the middle. I mean, fold it in half, I should say, so that your middle is right there. Now, this takes a little time. Be patient. Don't get too frustrated. Don't get too frustrated. Okay, so just kind of line it up there. That first line. That's why we're doing the line, just to give you a little point of reference so you just don't get all crazy. And give it a couple of twists. All right. However many you want to give. 2, 3, whatever. Then you're going to put your other one on there. And kind of sort of line it up. Because afterwards, once we glue it or put the napkin or whatever it's going to do, then it'll get more secure. So right now, it's going to be falling all over the place. You're going to start swearing at yourself because it keeps falling off. But that's okay because it's going to look pretty at the end. Twist that a couple of times. And it's going to go falling up and down all over. That's okay. That's why you've got the mark, because you're going to be able to come back and straighten it out, and it's going to be all perfect. Don't worry. Just pretend we're doing metal macrame. Wire macrame. Or fence building. I'm not sure which. Looks a little bit like both. Make sure you got 4 on each side. Don't do what I was almost going to do. I was almost going to put the one. If you want to use a tool, use a tool. I'm just doing it with my fingers so you can see, for you ladies, that it's hard to maybe hold the tools or whatever, that you don't need it. One, two, three, four. Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you. See? I would have messed up without you guys. Thank you. Did it fall or I just didn't even do it? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so we got that. We're getting there. All right, so this is the one I forgot, and we'll just mark that one up along with this. Kind of, sort of, the same. Like I said, don't have to be perfect. Just give us a point of reference so we don't go crazy. All right. Same thing, only different. And if they pop out, don't freak out. Just stick them back in there. It's already got its little slot made for it. And you know where to put it because you've got your lines. Don't worry about all that being straight right now. This thing's really wonky. I might have to, oh, that's why I didn't have enough. Remember, I took out that wonky one and I put them back in. Oh, well, that's okay. We don't want the little wonky guy to have a fit. All right, fold that in half and then just start all over again. And now this is where you're going to get frustrated because when you lift it up, you know, the other end's going to come off, but that's why we marked them. So you can just slide it back in. After you got this all tied up, you literally could take them all out if you wanted to and just stick them all back in if you wanted to paint them different colors or whatever it is you're doing. Because you might come up with some wild ideas. See, that one already came out. Now, can't leave home yet. You're too young. I need my tea. My husband comes over and goes, "You have everything you need?" You have all the stuff? You have something to drink? You got a snack? How long are you going to be? I don't know. I'm going down. I have this sign that I put on my door out there when I'm doing my videos. I put a sign out there that says closed set. that's his sign to stay out. Closed set, filming. Alrighty. Sorry guys, it's kind of boring. It takes a long time to do the same. It's just repetition, but at least when you're doing it and you're having problems, you can go, oh yeah, Rosemary had those problems too. Okay, no problem. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. Oh, my doggies are being watchdogs. My one dog almost got in trouble. He was going to chase my bunny that's here in my little yard here with my shop here. And he's so funny. I mean, these dogs are killers. I mean, they kill, I shouldn't be talking about bad stuff like that. But varmints get in our yard and they don't want him in the yard, and the rest is history. So when I saw him going after the rabbit, I said, "Stop!" And he went like a cartoon. Said, "You leave that bunny out alone." He looked at me like, gulp. I'm sorry, Mom. All right. This is the beginning. Let me get that closer. Now, see what happens is when you put your napkins down, the napkins and the glue, whatever you use, it's what keeps this all in place, and then it doesn't move at all. You saw this does not move. They're not moving. They're not going anywhere. So you got to be a little patient until you get to that point. And then just kind of line them up before you start to glue. That's when you want to make sure that they're a little straighter, because once you put your glue and your napkins and all that fun stuff, they're stuck. They're not going to move. So make sure you've got them at least where you want them. That looks like that is out of whack, so I'm going to leave it just the way that is. And if it's a little bit off, I don't care. All righty. So let me see what other kind of napkins. Okay, for sure we're going to put her in the front because that's the whole point. And let me get the other napkins. Where are the other napkins? I thought I had everything right here. So I can use some of the little pieces, parts to glue those in place. Let me see what I have here. I thought I had all the stuff right here. And I guess I lied to myself. Let me get this out of the way. What napkins did we have in the kit? Now I gotta find the napkins. Where are they? Let me see. I've got the whole pile here of all the stuff that we used. So I know they're here somewhere. They should be somewhere. Let me find them. Where did I put them, guys? Oh, they're right here. They should be. Never mind. Okay, here's one of the ones that we had in there. Had a piece of that. Had one of these. And one of those. So that's what we're going to play with. And let me get my glue. I'm just going to use, for this on the wood, I used my Mod Podge for that. When I do it on paper, I just do a glue stick. But when I did it on that, because I do need a lot of the glue to keep everything in place. So, I'll do that. Let me get this other brush. Oh, I should use my silicone one on there. It works better on that. Okay, so we'll do that. And what else do I need? I want to get a little bit of maybe some text of some kind we want to put there, maybe. Just in case. Just in case. You never know. So you guys got some dictionary pages, and because it's small, that might look kind of cool on there. All right, let's see what we're going to do. Okay, any questions before we go any further? Just so we're caught up. Or did I miss any questions? No questions? Okay, good. I mean, not good, but you know what I mean. Okay, fine. You get a drink? You get a drink? Okay. So, so she's going to go in the front. So I got to leave space for her. Let's cut her out first and kind of position her and see what we want to do, how we want that to look. Get the backs off. Wow, it's just barely getting dark here. Dark, dark. Come on, Rosemary. Okay, so I'm going to tear this away because that's just the way I like to do it. You can cut it or tear it, whatever your preference is. It just seems to appear to blend in better when it's torn. But that's true with a lot of things that you decoupage. I mean, the things I decoupage anyway. I like the torn pages on the end. Today was about 76. It's supposed to be almost 80 tomorrow. But then we're supposed to have thunder showers on Saturday. So last week, I mean, I always have my rest garden, obviously outside resting. But I repositioned everything and oh man, it's looking pretty yummy. I put some new wire out there, like the one that we did on oh, what's her name? What's her name? You know who I mean? Because I used up all that rust for that kit with Frida. All right, so that's going to go kind of sort of like right there. Because remember the 4, that's all the front. So you can kind of gauge where you want to position her. All right, so now we got to find what will complement her so that we can put them along here to secure our wire. And I'm just kind of liking all of these. Hoo-hoo, I think that's kind of cool. And if you're a purple girl, you could just get the bottom part and put strips of that down there. That would be nice. Let's get the back off. Let's make it easy. Let's make it easier. Oops, I think there's 2 here. Okay. Don't make your life difficult, Rosemary. Just get a piece of tape and be done with it. That's what I tell everyone else to do, and then I don't do it. See how simple that is? For those of you that don't work with napkins and you're really going crazy trying to get this part off, you put the tape. Whoops, now this not. Oh, yeah, see? And that just takes that off. Get the other side. Well, that one didn't come off so good, but it's coming. There you go. There you go. See? It works. It works. Let's put her there. And so now we just kind of, make a design, whatever you want with whatever napkins you got. And it doesn't have to be napkins. It can be paper. It can be cloth. I'll probably do a little combo. Ooh, she's gonna look cute with her little blossoms. All right. I think that looks nice there. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so I think I'm really gonna like that. So I'm just gonna start gluing them so they aren't flying all over the place. I just wanted to put a few down to make sure that I like the look, and I do. So we'll start gluing. And I was putting my hand there because if I don't, it's going to slip and slide all over, and nasty thoughts will come to my mind. No, don't get stuck there. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't mind wrinkles. Wrinkles do not bother me. A matter of fact, I like them. On napkins, that is. Napkins and paper. Ugh. All right, so now I'll put these over here. And then, before you put the napkin on, just always double check that your pieces parts are where you want them to be. And that's where your little markings come in handy. And we'll come back and put another coat. So, I don't care so much about the top right now. I'm just letting it stick there. And then when we come back, we'll put another coat. We're just kind of like tacking things down so we'll know what we're doing. And while it's still wet, it's still kind of delicate. It's going to move a little bit. So just be careful about that. And if you get it over, the holes here, it does not matter because, it's just paper. Be able to pop those holes right back out again. Just double check your marks every step along the way, or else you might get a little frustrated. I don't think I want that on her dress. Napkin. More napkin. back in. Let's see. And I'll just tap the glue up to the dresses. And then when this is all dry right here, then I can just take off that, what I don't want, glued onto her dress. All right, so now we'll switch this around. We'll do the same thing on top. Line these up a little bit. Oh, I have a spot there yet. Hold these down because if you push too hard, you know, you might dislodge what you've already got glued down there because it's still wet. So don't depend on that keeping it still yet because it's not dry. Okay, we're getting there. Again, you ladies that just recently got here, in the description below, I have a Facebook group that's dedicated just to these kits that we're going to be doing. You do not have to have purchased a kit to join the group, but you might get some inspiration from what the ladies are doing with the kits, and you'll be using your own stash. So feel free to look down in the description, and there's the link to the group. I like these little blossoms. They're cute. They're cute. Okay, so now I just need to put it on these little corners that I forgot. I got all excited. Didn't even go up to the edge. I do want it on the edge. That way this wire won't be slipping back and forth. So I would suggest you go from edge to edge, whether it's napkin or paper or whatever it is you're doing, or fabric. Make sure you go to the ends. Because we're going to do, I may not do it here because it'll take some time with you guys, but we also do the exact same thing on the back along the wire. I might do that later, and then when we come back tomorrow, I'll show you that all done, unless you guys want to get bored watching this all over again. It's up to you guys. I don't mind doing it. Look at this edge right here. We got plenty of flowers. Plenty of flowers. And then when you get to the edge, if you don't have the wire there like here, you can just wrap it around. Like I say, we're going to be going around the back too, so gives it a nice little finished edge. And you can go ahead and cut these two at any point. Now, if you had stiffer wire, you know, you could even put like a dangle on these if you wanted. I'm not going to do that in this particular case, but that's an option. And then I'll just twist this around like this, and then bend it back to the back side, and then I'll put the napkin right over that, and that'll keep it nice and a clean finish. And that one back. And so over here, I'll put another little piece and then wrap it around to the back side. Okay, that's ready to go. That one's ready to go. Give it a few seconds to dry before I turn it over. Forgot my dryer thingamajigger. Where'd I put it? Let me go get that. Speed it up a little bit. Oh my goodness, I was cutting some fabrics for next month, and it has, because you know we're doing the funky fish, and I found this really cool fabric that it's like 100% sequence, and I was cutting it like boing boing. It was going everywhere. It's all over my floor. Oh my gosh, it is a mess. I walked around, everything's sparkly. Okay, watch your ears. Alrighty, it's dry enough to flip. Ooh, I don't want that there because then it'll probably stick. So let's remove this. And what we'll do is we'll put a row. Do you guys want me just to go ahead and do it, or what do you want me to do? Should we go ahead and do the back or just finish the front? I'll have a tea break and you guys let me know what you want me to do. You're the ones that have to sit there and watch it. Do it. Do it. Do the back. Do the back. Do the back. Okay, I have no problem doing that. I just didn't want to bore you guys to death. Let me have a little drink. And I wonder if we should do the same thing. What did I do with this one? Yeah, the back and the front's the same. I wonder if I should do something different on this one, just to be different. I don't know. I kind of like that, though. I think I'll just go with the flow. I'm kind of liking it. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Hey, I bore myself, so I figure you guys must be bored. So we got our taxes done, and I survived. It was kind of hairy there for a while. So I'm glad that's over with for another year. I got the easy part though. I just, I keep stuff, I keep records, I do all that. But then when it comes to filling out everything, my husband likes doing that. Even though we go and my husband, he's funny. He does the whole taxes. He does the whole thing, the whole thing. But then he goes to the tax guy just for the tax guy to say, "Oh yeah, that's good." And my husband does the research. He finds all the, all the different things that needs to be done and what can this and what can that. Sometimes he tells the tax guy something he didn't know about. So I don't know. Like for those of you that I'll give you a little heads up. For those of you that sell your stuff, well, this year, I think this is the first year, they changed the definition of if you are making money off your hobby or if you're a business. And so when my husband had initially started to do everything, obviously, he put down, he started off filling out all the papers like we're a business, right? And so as he went further in and they say, oh, get get number, 85 and 32 and B, C, D, F, G and all this stuff. And by the time he does all that, based on our numbers, we qualified as a hobby. Which truthfully, that's how I started all this off, was a hobby. So that changes the whole tax structure. So if you have not yet done your taxes and you make money off your crafts, make sure that you investigate if you qualify under being a business or a hobby. And it changes the tax structure. FYI. So anyway, so when he did all that and it turns out that we qualified under a hobby, then, ooh, see, I did that little crooked. Don't do what I did. I won't show you. You probably can't notice it. And he went back to the tax man with all the paperwork to show that we qualified as a hobby. He just laughed at my husband. He goes, "You're right." I'm thinking, Richard, stop going to the tax man. He almost made us pay more than we had to. See, we qualified for more dog food. Had more money left over for the dogs. I went in today to get dog food. As most of you know, I got 4 big, gigantic dogs. So we have to get a 40-pound bag of dog food every 10 days. That's what it ends up turning out to be. So, needless to say, our doggies, their food is not cheap. Whoops, now what did I do here? Uh-oh, where's my line? Oh, my line's on the other side, so now I can't see it. Oh, I guess if you think you might have trouble, draw your lines in the front and the back. I just did it in the front for you guys, but well, I guess it makes no difference because it's already pretty glued in the front. I don't think you could move them anyway. So, okay, scratch that. Scratch that comment I just said. It doesn't matter. What is my computer doing? And then you can just wrap that around or cut it off because there's not enough glue back there. Whatever you want to do. Alrighty. That's kind of cute. Now it looks like a fence from the back. It looks like a vine growing on the fence. Oh, well. Now remember where you turned over that wire, just make sure you get a nice chunk of paper over that, whatever it is you're putting there. So it doesn't tear up and be a nuisance. Alrighty. My hands are a little sticky. I ran out of a few things like coffee and stuff like that. So I went over to go get some. And oh my goodness, the shelves were empty. Not for the coffee, but for everything else. It was like, whoa. The manager goes, they were full this morning. I go, okay, I guess we got to shop early in the morning. This is such a delicate little napkin. It's so cute. I like it. I don't think I've ever used it. I bought it just for you guys, and I like it. And you ladies can use any kind of glue you want. I'm just using this because it's there. Now, when I'm gluing on paper and stuff, I never use wet, um, wet any kind of medium when I'm doing my napkins. I always use a glue stick. But I had tried it earlier on this, and the glue stick just kept getting globs in between those, the slats. And so that's when I switched to the wet. Okay, you guys be thinking the sealer that I'm going to put on it, are you guys going to want me to put a clear sealer on it? Or are you going to want me to put the amber shellac one on there? So you guys start voting what we're going to seal this up with, because it's going to give us two different looks. Mm-hmm. Put a little bit more right there because it's right on that edge and it gets a lot of movement there. So put a little bit more. Okay. Cover up your ears. And I'll dry this up so we can flip it over. Still a little sticky, but good enough. Good enough. Okay, let me see what you guys talking about. Jean, does anybody know if the yes, the shellac is water-based, cleans up with water and soap. We have 11 ambers and 3 clears. Okay, so I guess we're going with amber. What I'll do is I'll get a stick on the pattern one and we'll put some of the napkin on there, and that way we'll at least have a little sample of what the clear looks like on this type of stick. Just a little point of reference. And we'll put the clear on this one. And that way we can put it side by side and we can see the difference. I think all it's going to do on this, I think the clear is just going to make it a tiny bit more intense, the color. Just like when you put it on your mixed media pages, makes it a little bit brighter. It'll probably look like that when it's like this is wet. It'll probably look like that, but we'll do it anyway. It's good for a test. It's good to have the samples. All right. Now on this one here, when I made this one, I used my stamps that I had, and I stamped my stamps on this part of the napkin and then glued them down, and the only thing that showed was the stamp. So I didn't stamp directly on here. I stamped on this. But for this demonstration, I only want to use the stuff that you guys have in the kit so that you can replicate what we're doing. So I thought it'd be kind of cute if you guys got some pages of some small dictionary, and if we put a little bit of the words on there, I thought that would look kind of cool. And it wouldn't be identical, but it would still have the feel that this has. And I don't know if this is upside down or right side up, but we're going to go for it. Mm-hmm. Put a little bit back here too. It's kind of plain. I kind of like it a little bit on resting part of it on the napkin as opposed to just kind of sitting out there all lonely in the middle of nowhere. But that's just me. Okay. And you can put more if you want. I just kind of like it like that. It'll be good. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to put in the front before we shellac-a-lack it? Because we do have, we have all this goodness too. So as far as napkins are concerned. Actually, for the back, this right here might look kind of cool somewhere right there. It might. Because remember, that's the back. Let's go for it. Just go for it. Just a little piece, not a big deal. Just a little bit. Is this double? Oh. That feels thick. Maybe not. Oh yeah. It almost tricked me. I kind of like this piece right here. See, that's where the fold begins for the back. So that might look kind of cool there. I should have done that before I put the letters. That's okay. That's okay. That's why you put napkins. You can tear them. Oh, I like that. I'm not even going to ask you guys' opinion. Did you notice that? I didn't say, what do you guys think about that? Because I didn't care. I like it. I like it. That way you can't say, but Rosemary, what are we supposed to do with the other napkins? You gave us 4 napkins and you only used 2. Get over it. We're using 3 now. All right. I'm done. It's done. What do you guys think? I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So now what we'll do, let me get the stuff out of here that's going to fly away so I can dry that a little bit more again. Let me fold these up. Let me clear up my mess because I'm starting to get kind of locked in here with all the mess. I know you can't see it, but it's just right there ready to attack me. I know you all know what I mean. Just sits there looking at you, waiting for a vulnerable moment to attack you. Okay. Now we'll try this. Watch your ears again. Watch the ears. Watch the ears. That's right. Mikey likes it. Okay. Right there. Get those off what I didn't want. Remember, I didn't glue that down because I didn't want it on there. Didn't want to cover up her pretty dress with that white stuff. All right, so I will go get the shellac and tear this off here. Okay, I think we're ready for the shellac. Woohoo! So those are all down. Yep, 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 yep. Let me go clean this off. I'll go get the shellac and then we'll go for it. Shellac, lack, lack, lack. Okay. We're down toward the end of this, so it gets a little thicker and a little darker. That's okay. I like it that way. For those of you that are new here to my love of amber shellac, this is what I use. You can get it at any hardware store, big box hardware, lumber / home improvement place. um, and it comes in clear and it comes in amber. I buy one of each. I still have about that much of my clear and about this much of my amber. So you go figure which is my favorite. Whoa, look, I'm dripping. That's okay. We have napkins. And look at that yumminess. Oh, and for those of you that have asked or curious, this is what I also use to make my my old tape. My vintage tape, whatever you want to call it. Same stuff. All right, so let me put this over here. Give me more room. Ooh, I'm all sticky. And this stuff is very, very sticky. Very sticky. Not stinky, sticky. See, it's already giving sort of like the bamboo color. That was my original intent when I did the whole thing, is make it look like it's painted like a mural on bamboo. Try to get in the cracks because you've got your napkin or whatever it is you're going to put in there, some kind of paper. And that helps strengthen it. And just be mindful that it'll want to pull up, which I don't mind. It just gives it to me an older antique look to it. But if that's not your thing, just make sure you kind of go over it and like see it's pulling up right there, but I don't mind that. And it'll do that sometimes where your napkin begins and ends, it just kind of gets kind of stuck there if you don't make it flow all the way. Whoops. Okay, so let's dry that up. And it dries pretty quick on its own, but I'm going to help it. I need to get a little plastic something to put on this because it'll dry out pretty fast. I just put it in a little plastic bag to not let it dry out. Give it a little air drying. Don't look, close your eyes. Wonga, wonga, wonga. Let me just fan it around. I didn't want you to have to listen to that noise that long. But I did put like an extra coat on that. Still a little damp. Watch your ears. It's still sticky. Give it a little bit of a break. I have some clear shellac, just not the same brand, but just like mixed media clear shellac. We'll put that on there and see what it does. It's pretty much the same thing. Because I think my real shellac, my clear shellac, is not here. I think it's next door. Let me double check. I might have it. Oh, I do. How did that happen? I do have it here. I don't know how that happened. So let's open up the clear one. Like I told you, it's practically full, or it is full. Oh yeah, full. But I need to mix it. I need to mix it. See, the clear just makes it a little more translucent and a tiny bit richer in color because it makes it a little darker. That's what it looked like before. That's what it looks like now. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? It's kind of cool. I like it. It looks nice, but definitely not so, orangey and ambery, right? Well, there you go. Put the lid back on. See if that other one's dry. Let me find my hammer. Don't mind me when you hear me pounding. Nobody's knocking. Almost dry. It's probably dry enough to do the back. I'm going to do the back. Why don't you guys have a potty break? Whoever needs a potty break, all I'm going to do is do the back. You're not going to be missing nothing. Unless you're going to be missing out in the conversation. But over here, you're not going to be missing out on anything. Break time! And because after I had sold all the kits, I got several requests. I did make some extra. So there still might be some in the shop. I didn't check today. Like I said, I just barely got home and I had to come on here. So if anybody didn't get one, is interested, there might be a couple in the shop. Ooh, now right there, for whatever reason, the napkin didn't hold that wire down. So I'm going to have to come back and put another piece of napkin over there. Maybe it was too thin, or I'm not sure what. Maybe I didn't put enough glue. I don't smell it, Erin. I don't. My husband has a hyper nose. He smells everything, an hour before I do. Uh, and so he says there's an odor. There's not an odor, but if you take a nice whiff to it, it kind of like tingles your nose inside, but I don't smell it. Some people do. I don't. So, they say to work with it in a ventilated area. I do have my window open. Um, it is natural, but natural doesn't necessarily mean, perfect. um, so it doesn't bother me. It doesn't give me a headache. Nothing. Plus, I don't smell it. So watch your ears again. Let me try and dry this a little bit. I'll set this to a side. Let it dry on its own a little bit. And then you put it on something that won't stick to it. Okay. That's that. All right, so what you do after, because that cover is obviously pretty wet. What I did with the fabrics that's in your kit, I would get a little piece of the fabric and glue it so that it covers up the wire where it bends, because that stress point, eventually, because that wire is so thin, it's going to give. So all I did was glue a little piece of fabric right there on the top and the bottom. And I also did it inside. Whoops, inside. Just to be sure. And with these, I haven't even sewn these. These are just folded. So you could use this, you could turn this into your own personal flow magazine. I mean, flow magazine, flow journal. Um, so that you could just pull the things out. Or if you are a mixed media person and you wanted to put mixed media paper or watercolor paper or whatever, you could put it in there and pull it out and work on it, and then stick it back in as you're building up your journal with your artwork, so that you're not getting everything all messy. Those are the possibilities. And then the other is, if you want it to be more of a traditional journal, then you could literally sew in your signatures here, and here. Now I left these exposed so you could see that they were there. But if you're gonna use this kind of binding, then when you put your fabric, you can just cover up those holes so that you don't see them. I don't even notice them anymore. With the black stamping, I don't even notice those little holes at all. But that's up to you guys. So that's that. So we're gonna let that dry, and then after that is dry, I'll put the fabric and all that kind of good stuff. So the other thing was what? What was the other stuff I was going to show you? We might, it's up to you guys. You know me, I don't really care, how long I'm around here. It's up to you guys. Do you guys want to go on? Do you want to continue? Or do you want us to resume tomorrow with how to what? Am I going to show you how? Because it's super simple. Maybe I should just show you guys. This isn't done yet, but the way this journal, and this journal, did I do it for this or no? I did it more for this one. I have the signatures, the basic signatures pretty much done for this particular journal. But what I did in the back, and in a second. Let me get this out so you can see what I'm talking about. This is just a file folder. And it opens up. Whoops, it's going to not be able to show all of it. It opens up. And you can, store your journaling stuff if you want. And then if it gets a little chunky, you just tie it up. And you're all set. Once, of course, these are sewed in, but then you have a place to store your stuff in the back. So that's another possibility. I'm going to drink my tea. Okay, what are you guys up to? Did I miss questions? We need a horn. Oh no, what'd you ask? Oh gosh, do it again, because I can't go all the way back up. It won't let me. She wants you to show pretty. Okay. Oh, what spine? On the spine. Are you talking about this spine? Whoops, this spine. over the wire. Okay, we can do that. I have to let it dry a little bit because it was starting to stick to the bottom. So I can do that. Let's pick out some fabric. Now you guys got some fabric in your little kits. Now that, well, because it has the amber, I guess anything can go on it. I wonder, do we want contrast? Let me see. Ooh, that might look pretty. That might look, I'm looking over there. I think the black might look kind of cool. I don't know. Is it dry enough yet? Let's go see. Let's go see. Ugh, it's still kind of sticky. But that's okay. Let's pick out some colors. I don't know. I kind of like the black. I love this fabric. Ooh, the back looks cool on there. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I kind of like that. Oh, that one looks kind of cool too. I kind of like that one. Let's see. It's okay. I'm just talking to myself. I'm having a good time. No, no, I don't like that. Ooh, purple. No, I don't want it plain. Ooh. What about just something? I said, what did I just say? I don't want anything plain. Oh my gosh. I do kind of like that. Okay, let's just see. Let's see, we're not done. Oh wait, Carla sent me some beautiful fabric. Is Carla Frizzell here? Did I miss her? Is she here? Woohoo! Look what she sent me. Is Carla Frizzell here? Hello. Well, you know, once you put the amber shellac, it really dictates the color that it can't be real wow. It's got to be a little more subdued. I don't know. Keep going back to this one. I do kind of like that. Let's just cut a strip and see what happens. Where are my... Uh-oh, now I got to go find my pinking shears because this thing just ravels so much. I got to go to the other room again. cut this over the trash. It has too many loose ends. All right, I think I only did that one over. I went from the, if you look at the center one and then you look on the ones on the side, I just went over to almost the end. So that would be cut. Now let's go with the chunkier end. So about right there. Obviously, you cover up the middle one and almost to the edge. That's what I did. You could go all the way across if you want to. That's what I did right there. I want some of that. I don't want all of that, but I want some of that. Oops. And then all I did was I just put some fabric tack on there. Now, decide how you're going to put your signatures in before you put this, because if you're going to do it on the top layer where those holes are covered right now, but if you're going to sew in your signatures, then you want to put it below. And but if you're going to sew in your signatures, I mean, if you're not going to sew in your signatures, you can put it anywhere above those two dots. So make sure you know what, how you're going to put your signatures in, unless you don't mind, sewing through this. Or put this after you've done your signatures, and it doesn't matter either way if you want to glue it over your sewing. It's up to you. So what is, maybe I've been looking at it from the wrong. Oh, I like it better, the back of it. Oh my gosh, Rosemary, you said you wanted black. Okay, I'm happier now. See, it's got the black with all of her and a little bit of red for her. See, perfect. Sometimes you just got to flip over the fabric and then you're happy. Yay! Okay, so let's put some glue down. See, I knew I wanted the black. I just didn't know I just had to flip over the fabric. I didn't cut the hole on this big enough. It takes forever for any of this to come out. But I guess it's better than, free flowing. I guess. Okay, so I'm going to put the other kind of stitch like I did before. I mean the elastic, so I don't have to worry about the holes up on the top. Alrighty. And then let me find the same fabric or maybe I'll do a different color inside because I don't have to go with the black on the inside because there's no black. Why? What color can we go with? Almost any color. Let's see. Let's see. Now we might even be able to go with this brown because see, that's not fighting, the black and the red from the front. And that just kind of looks, leafy. That might go good because it doesn't need to be a contrast. And plus, the signatures are going to open. You're hardly ever going to see this particular fabric. So I think I kind of like that. It's kind of neutral. It just kind of blends in. Or maybe I use this. Oh, I don't know. I think I want to use the behind. I like the inside. I kind of like that. I don't know how it comes across on the on YouTube, but the colors here, I like it. It's more on the neutral side, which I like because it's kind of bright in the front. And that's a little weird crooked there. What did I do? Very weird crooked. Oh well. A little thicker on the bottom. I don't care. Don't matter to me. All right, so let's go ahead and glue those down. Oops. Okay. That should do it. It should be nice and secure now for when you start, flapping it around. Because I left it without the fabric for, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks. And I just kept every once in a while, going like this, thinking, I know it's going to break. I know it's going to break. And then finally, bing, I go, okay, at least I know. That way I can, show the right way to do it with the fabric. So you guys don't go, oh my goodness, went through all that work and all it did was break. All right, I'm afraid to kind of fold it yet because it's still a little bit wet, so that's why I'm not folding it yet. But that is pretty much the structure and how you do this. And so you can see the difference here. If you want her face to, be just like the napkin looks, you get this napkin, and what I would do is do everything that you want. If you're going to do the shellac, if you're doing the shellac, the amber shellac, do everything but the napkin. Do all the shellacking, do everything, do whatever it is you want to do along the wire, put your fabric, do whatever you want. Then get your napkin and cut it out, whether you use the scissors or your fingers. I use my fingers. And then lay it down on here, draw it with sketch the outline of it with a pencil, then come back and paint it with either some white gesso or some white paint, and then lay your napkin on top of that, and that's the look you'll get. So you can still have the amber shellac and everything else to give it an aged look, but then when it comes to your focal point, you can have it true to the napkin. I actually like them both. I didn't think I was going to like this one so much. That's why I didn't go that way. But you know what? I actually do. I actually do. The difference is that, this with her makeup is like a geisha makeup, right? And this, it just makes her skin tones look normal. So I kind of like that too. Let's see what happens if it all starts popping, because I know the fabric's not dry yet. Just so we can see how this looks. We can do it slowly. We can do it slowly. And now you can choose which way you want to do it. And actually, I think you've got two of her, right, in your supplies. So you could do on another surface. You can do it one way, whether she's just plain white, or if you make her more of a vintage look, you could go both ways. I like it both ways. I actually don't know which one I prefer. Yeah, it's the image. She's so pretty. It's hard to decide. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do to her. She's still going to look pretty. So, yeah, I do like that. And this particular napkin, when I made the first one, I only had one of those napkins. It was given to me at some point. I didn't buy it, so it wasn't like I could go buy them, but I just thought that was so pretty. But I wish I knew. I wish I knew if you remember who gave it to me. I go, do you have any more? It's just a really beautiful water lily. You shellac first and painted white. Yes, I had, yeah, because what happened was I did all the shellacking and everything way before I got this napkin. So on the front here was this too. It was just the front and the back was identical. And it was done. In my mind, it was done. And then I got her and I go, oh my goodness, I want her on here. But I want her to look, like the napkin truly looks. And that's when I thought, well, wait a minute, all I got to do is give her a white background. So then that's when I painted it. You can do it either way. You can paint it first white and put her down there. But, if you have any white out there and you want to do the amber shellac, it's not going to look right. I don't think it's going to look right. But, because you're going to have it kind of, I don't know. It just seems like it's cleaner and easier if you do all the shellacking and everything and then just come in with your white paint. But what's easier for me may not be easier for you, like I see people sometimes say, "Oh, this is easy." And I go, "No, I don't think that's easy. That's not easy for me." So you can do it either way. You decide what's easier for you. Because if I had done this, then I'd have to come in real careful with the shellac and, you know, which I guess you could do because I still had to come in and be real careful with the white paint. So either way, you got to be careful to do it this way. And obviously this way, you don't have to be careful. You just put the napkin, put the shellac, you're done. Which isn't bad because I like how it looks. I like how it looks. So that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Let me put this fabric away and you guys decide. Those of you that have the kit, you decide, is there something in particular that's in there that you want to do tonight, or give me a list of what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, what I was going to do for sure was show you a couple of origami folds so you can make a few little geisha girls out of your origami paper that I gave you. And I thought that might be fun for those of you that don't know how to do that. And real fun to watch me because it's been a while since I've done it. But I thought, oh well, I don't care if you guys laugh at me. I don't care. I know you're laughing with me, so I don't care. So I thought we would do that, and then I thought that where to go? And this is pretty self-explanatory, but I could still, for those that have never worked with file folders, I'd show just basically how I put that together. What else? Trying to think of what else. So you guys let me know. I'm flexible because obviously I want, I don't want to show you something that doesn't interest you, or, the majority of you already know how to do and nobody new wants to learn it. I'm drinking my tea, excuse me. Yes, it is, Jean. In this, that's how I did it. And this one isn't even sewn. Let me take it out. See, I haven't even sewn this yet. I will. I'm going to sew it. And then it's just put in on there. And I just ran it through those holes. You have it already pre-drilled, and you just run the elastic through there and tie 2 knots, and then you can just slip your TN in there. Whoops. Oh yes, I'm gonna say she's upside down. No, she's not. No, she's not. And that's it. And I put 2 of them in there, of course, 2 holes. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow because confidentially, I think I need to make one tonight again to remind me how to do it. If you do them often, and when I say often, I mean don't let a year go by. They're really easy to make. But if it's your first time, or if you haven't done it in a while, it's like, and then a lot of you guys know, I'm dyslexic, so everything is kind of backwards, a little harder for me. And you realize when you're doing these folds and they're all symmetrical and going like this, and I'm seeing everything upside down and backwards, give me a break. I need to practice just a little. Oh, thanks, Jean. I teach for slow people because I'm slow. I know if people go fast, it's like, wait, stop, 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 stop. What did you just do? So I try to be mindful of that because I do kind of zip around sometimes when I'm doing stuff. Like you guys know, I get in the zone and then and so some of those papers that you have in the kit, that's what I use to line this with. So I thought it looked kind of cool like that. Whoops. Well, you know what, when you have regrets. Okay, I'm going to share with you one of my biggest regrets. When I lived, and this is a big regret, all right. When I lived in Hawaii, I was not into any of this. I didn't even know any of this existed at all. I mean, zippo. And I was into remodeling homes. So all I cared about was 2x4s and spackling and doing mosaics on the floor. And that was my thing. But we had, on either side of us, we had neighbors, Japanese neighbors from Japan. They lived in Japan, and this was their vacation homes next door to us. So they came, the way it worked at that time, I don't know if it's different. You can only come to visit for 3 or 4 months. I forget now what it was, 3 or 4 months at a time. Then you had to go back home and stay there for another 3 or 4 months, and you could come back again for 3 or 4 months. So we would look over their house and stuff while they were gone, and then when they came, now remember, I don't speak Japanese and they don't speak English, so this was hysterical. And they would come and they would bring me these beautiful things from Japan, and I already loved stuff from Japan. So getting this stuff was like, oh my gosh. Where my regrets come in is that these ladies knew all of the fine arts from Japan. And when they would come, they'd have like a little group day because there was a lot of different individuals that had vacation homes in that area, and they got to know each other. And they would have, I guess, what you would call a play day. And they would do their stuff. All right. I had been invited numerous times. I was always too busy because I was doing my thing. So one day it just happened that I was able to go, and I went. I just loved it. Now looking back, oh my gosh, the stuff I could have learned from these ladies. And I learned maybe 2 or 3 little pieces of origami. And now I kick myself because I had no appreciation. I mean, I had appreciation for what it looked like and what they did, and that it took the talent to do it. But I really had no appreciation of the experience that I was being exposed to, and that I was not taking advantage of it. And I could just kick myself now. But just the few little things I learned and subsequently have forgotten. But we did do quite a few little origami thingamajiggers, and so that's what I'll share with you. And I hope I can remember. How were the in how were the inside book made? Which which book? A, B, C. Which one? I know, Laura, but there's times in your life where you go, "What was I thinking?" Oh man. Oh, and they were so giving, and I really. Oh, how was this made? Okay, this one is two pieces of old books, a front and back of an old book, and cardboard in the center. And if you watch the videos for the ones that we did in January, we went through step by step how to take either an old book or cardboard and um, make a cover just like this. It's got all the how-tos there in the January video. But I loved when they would play bingo. It was so fun. I don't even like bingo. And I never had so much fun playing bingo with them because they were just, I mean, they were like little kids the way they played and what they did. It was so funny. I did not do this, but they did show me how to do it. And I mean, that's another thing. They would do that. They did this stuff. And they could have taught me all kinds of patterns, and I was too busy, and I really wasn't. I just kept busy. You know what I mean? I could have made time. I mean, I was my own boss. I could have made the time. Um, I could have made the time, and I didn't. And I could have learned all these different intricate patterns that they were doing, and oh, and they're cooking. Oh, I love sushi. I love all kinds of the sushi rolls. I mean, and they would. Oh, please, I'm upsetting myself. They showed me how to do all this stuff, but doing it one time means nothing. I could have gone there every day for 3 months. And oh, I would have been a pro. But yeah, Judy, it is, but so is eco-dyeing, and that's my favorite thing. If someone said, "Okay, you can only do one thing, one artsy thing, and you have to give everything else up," hands down, give me my eco-dyeing. It takes time, it's time consuming, you get dirty, you break out in rashes from who knows what kind of plants you pick up. You don't know what you're inhaling when you're boiling, you burn your fingers, you get dye all over you. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing. I never get tired. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that stuff. But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I wish I could say I did. Okay, what else, ladies? Okay, we're almost coming up on 3 hours. It's really fun. And Judy, I'm going to be making a couple of new videos. I've learned new things. I'm going to add it to the class. And then everybody that took my class already, I'm going to send them links to the additional videos, because the more you do, the more you learn. Because what I've learned when it comes really anything, but specifically the eco dyeing, is that it's like what? Uh I guess it's almost like when you learn how to cook and you have some basic recipes, and then you realize, if you combine this and that, you can make this, and you go, "Oh, I didn't know that's how you make that." And it all comes with practice, and you make up your own recipes, and it's fun. And the same things with eco giant. You learn the basics. Anyone can teach you the basics. If they know it, they can teach you the basics. But all the other stuff comes with practice. And so I want to share some of those things that I've learned with the practicing. Um, it's a lot of fun. I love it. Let's see. Colleen wants to see how you made the inside of A. We just did it all together. That's all I did. There's nothing else to A. We just made it. Uh-oh. This is A. We just did it for the past couple hours. I'm not sure if you were here or not. And then all we did was, I haven't done it with that because it's still wet, is the elastic that came in the kit. It just goes through those two holes that I already pre-drilled for you guys. And then you just tie it. And then I'm still going to sew this, but it doesn't have to be sewed if you want it to be just something that you can take out and refill. And then that just goes in there. And that's it. I need to stand that up. It was laying down. It was going to start to stick to that other napkin. That'd have been disastrous. Disastrous. Where do I have some of that? I can show you. That's probably not the right length. Is that the right length? No. Let me cut a piece. I'll show you what I mean. I think I ran out of the black, you guys. So I'll use some of the red. And so what I did is I gave you 1, 2, I think it was 2 3/4 of the length for each one. And I gotta redo the hole. It's got the little napkins in there. Oopsie. And so this just goes in through there. And it can go the other way if you want it to tie in the inside, if you don't want it to tie. And then I literally just tied it 2 times. That's it. And then you're all ready to put that signature in like we did here. And I just did 2 of them. Came with enough to make 2. And that's it. Ooh, the red looks cool on that one. Good thing I didn't have black. See, I would have thought, well, let's go with black. No, the red looks nice. Let's put the other one in. Let's put the other one in. Oops. Try to get it kind of halfway even. Do the knot backwards on the second one. Holds the, I guess that's called a what? I forget what kind of slip. No, I forget. I'm going to say a certain kind of knot, but I don't remember the name. All right. Hello. That looks kind of cool. Those are a little long. I'd probably cut them a little bit, but it's all ready to go. For the signatures, ready to be all filled up with your little signatures. Next. Next. I got a drink. Oh, square now. Oh, I knew there was a name for it. Can you share how B? Which one was B? Oh, this one. This was B. I already forgot what my numbers were. This one is the same. This one is made same way as this one. No different. Except for I put the file folder. I haven't put the signatures in yet, obviously. And the file folder, I can just like show you really quick. Here's one. All right. You get a full file. Well, let me get a file because it doesn't let me know since it's already folded. Just a second. So you get a file folder. Okay, I'm crowding myself. Give me a second. Let me clear this up. I'm starting to attack myself. Put that over there. Put this over here. Whoops. Put that over there. That's the example. Well, I don't need that right now. We'll do that in a second. This is what it looks like outside of the book. Okay. And so what you do, and this is based on the height of your book, that'll determine where this is the whole file folder right here. It's opened up. And depending on the height of the book is where you're going to make your pocket fold so that it fits inside of your book. I'm sure that makes sense, right? So this was all open. It's sewed right now, so I can't open this one. But it was all open. And then I decided, okay, what book do I want to put this in? And I got the height of the book, and then I just folded this over to fit, right? This is the standard one. Standard, not legal. Standard. Oh, is this the same size? Yeah. Both of them are standard. So I folded it up. Let's go ahead and do that. Approximately. Try to get it square as much as possible, or else it really starts getting wonky as you go. And for this particular one, because I knew I was going to put it in my Asian journal, before I folded it up, I glued in some of the pages that was included in the pack. So you can glue that all in there. And I wanted it to be all red, so I had just painted it with some red paint on the outside. Folded this up. And then for my purposes, I wasn't really particular about, as long as it fit inside the back part of the book and didn't extend itself too far over, which this was just kind of perfect. I liked how that was. So then what I did is I just fold both of these. I fold them in, stay a little bit away from the center. Don't go, you know, smack up to the center. No kissy kissy. You just keep your distance. And same thing with this one. If your file folders, you know, have something sticking out, sometimes I just leave that, you know, that little tab. I like the tabs. A lot of people just go in there and whip that tab off. I kind of like them. Anyway, get close, but no kissy. And then fold it this way. And that's what you've got. And you're set to go. Now see how this comes out? Because, you know, you got different sizes. I don't care. I like that. Some people, they care. You can trim all the way you want. If, you know, if those kinds of things bother you, those things do not bother me at all. I actually love that. So then what I did with this one is I got a ribbon, put it across here like that. And then I put a bunch of double stick tape and glue. I do both because it gets a lot of action. And let's just say that tape, that's right there. That's glued down like that. And then I just glue that down. And da-da-da. There you go. Wah, wah. All set to go. File folder. Standard size. Yeah, this one didn't. It was kind of weird. Oh, well, no. But I like them. I like the tabs. I know there's a few of you ladies that are tab phobic. It's funny. You take the tabs off the file folders and then you put tabs on pages. Like, okay, whatever. Whatever gets you up at night, that's okay with me. Tabophobic. Send the tabs to me. I'll be happy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so basically we've gone over all of these 3 books of how they're put together. If you don't know how to do these, I mean, there's zillions of tutorials, you know, how to make a book from scratch with just cardboard and stuff. But my January tutorial has how you do that. And I think that's it. So I think tomorrow what we'll do we're gonna origami it. Woohoo! I think I'm gonna have to practice. Maybe I'll just practice with you guys. That way you can see that it's, you know, when you find it difficult, you go, oh, Rosemary can't even do it. So what do I know? She's supposed to be teaching it, and she can't even do it. And then any other stuff. I mean, I'm going to be very honest with you. I forget what's in the kit. That's like old news for me now. I've been so busy putting the other one together, I forget what I put in the kit. I should save myself one. That way, you know, I do have some somewhere because I made extras. People were asking for them. I don't know where they are. I'm not going to look for it right now. Yeah, Jennifer, we can learn together. For sure. Well, thank you, Laura. So, are we all good? What time is it? 3 hours. I mean, 3 hours is nothing for me, but I don't want to be, you know, forcing down teaching something to you. You can only absorb so much, and then it's like, you know, for me anyway, then I go kind of blank stare, you know. Like, what? Probably the same time. That would be 7 Central. I think that would work for me. That's what we've been doing. So far what we've done is we do the second Wednesday of the month. We do the tutorial on that month's kit, and we usually do it Wednesday and Thursday because there's too many fun stuff to do just in one night. Thank you, Lynn, for showing up. I appreciate it. Sneak peek, junk journal, good ideas. Sneak peek of what? What are we talking about? Lynn, what are we talking about? Thank you, Elaine. Lynn, what are we talking about? Do I hand sew or missing? I hand sew all of my signatures so far because I end up making them kind of thick and my machine probably wouldn't sew it even if I wanted it to. Funky fish. Oh, the funky fish. We're talking about boys, right? I don't know. Are we? Oh, we got two Lens. Oh. I guess Lynn doesn't want to answer my questions. Oh, how about April? Oh, you want a sneak? Oh, I can do that. I can do that. I was wondering, I wasn't quite sure. I didn't want to assume. I didn't want to assume. They're not complete. I'm still putting goodies in them as I get inspiration. But I will show you what I have so far. Let me find. Okay, so I was making a collage of funky fish. So that's the beginning of the collage. And that kind of sets the tone for what we're going to do. And here's a little something something. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not because here we go. So we're going to have some shells. And this, to me, this trim looks a little bit like seaweed. So we're going to have a little bit about a foot of that. Yes, that's right. These are not your mama's fish. And then some of the paper stuff I've put together so far. This is the stuff I was cutting. So you can imagine what my floor looks like. But don't tell me this does not look like some stinking funky fish. I'm telling you. Wouldn't this make a cool tail on a funky fish? So I found just an X amount, and so I had to like cut it up in this size, but it's still enough for a fin. It's enough for a funky fish. I'm telling you, funky fish. And they'll all be a little bit different, but I'm going to include, I got a few more cards I still have to put in there. A couple of, seaworthy cards. And here is, you can't really see it because it's so thin, but this is a tool. And I thought, oh, this would look pretty cool buy some fins or on her hair or something funky. And some gauze, because you got to have some gauze in there for whatever it is you're going to do. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still being inspired. I don't know. And then, of course, I love to work with the napkins. So, got some napkins. I had this book that had a bunch of seashells and stuff. So, I tore up that book, and each of them will have at least 2 of those. And then, look at this cool stuff. Ah, now, don't get seasick. Okay. And here are some journaling cards. Oh, that's kind of upside down. Well, you get the idea. Excuse me. Another cool, funky napkin. Oh, another cool, funky napkin. That's some of these are what I have here on my collage page here. Now, she's pretty funky. I don't care what anybody says. And then here's some pieces parts that I put on my fishies. So you get some pieces parts to make your own funky fishes. And then I have this beautiful book. You guys, I'm telling you, I tore up one of my favorite books. It has these beautiful things of fishies. And anyway, it's a big book. So there's some stuff for that. But here is the good part where it just has these beautiful, beautiful pictures of these beautiful fish. But of course, we're going to have to funkify them when we put them in our journal. So, you might have to put like a human head on them or a foot or, something. Something. And of course, those will all be different because they're from the book. And then also the book had other stuff that was related to fishing. So we've got those little pieces parts. And then we got these guys that are waiting for body parts that, they just don't have yet. And then, of course, here are some body parts that we can add to it. So that's what I have in it so far. And I'm still hunting. You know me, I just go hunt, 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 hunt. But this is going to be super duper cool. That's all I can say. And like I've been telling you guys, everything that I'm doing, these kits, are totally and completely out of my zone. Totally. I don't do this stuff. I've never done this stuff. It's really pretty freaky to me. But I'm sick and tired of doing the stuff that makes me feel comfortable all the time. And I'm trying to encourage all you ladies to stop doing the same darn thing over and over again. Because, of course, you're going to be good at it because you don't do anything else. Do other stuff and make mistakes and have fun and let loose and, be funky fish, right? Anyway, so that's the beginning of that kit. I still have a few things. Oh, and I have a canvas. I'm going to be putting a big chunk of canvas in here. So I think the cover would be super cool if you made a canvas cover to kind of simulate sails, and that's where my head's going, Anyway, so that's what I was thinking. Funky. Oh, sorry, Charlie. Oh, okay. So, any other questions? Exactly, Laura. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. I think that's why, like, um, when I make journals and stuff, people say, "Oh, you just make like 3 or 4 of those journals, and then I've never seen them again." Yeah, well, I've gone on and I'm trying to do something different. And if people request, I do make, some of my oldies but goodies because they're fun. And if it's been over a year, it's almost like doing something new again anyway. So that's kind of fun. I don't mind that at all. Oh, I'm talking and there's nothing there. Gotta put something there. That way you guys can make your choices if you want to paint or not paint. To paint or not to paint. Whoops. And then where did the other one go? And then you don't have to do either one. You can just put a varnish. Look how pretty that looks. Can you see that? It would look pretty if you didn't put the amber shellac at all. It still would look really cool. And I think it would, huh. But I think her face would turn this color because it's all white. So I'm pretty sure it'll turn that color. So she wouldn't have the white makeup on anymore. But that's okay. She'd still be pretty. Look at you guys. The fish. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. You're quite welcome. And I mentioned, for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, I mentioned that I encourage you ladies that buy my kits, these particular ones, to go over and join the Facebook group for the Kaboodle kits. Because what I'm going to do starting with next month is the kits are going to premiere over there, and then whichever ones are left, then they're going to go on my Etsy shop. For 2 reasons. You guys that are, buying them all the time, then you get first dibs. Second reason, less money to go to Etsy. So, in the group, I'll just invoice you through PayPal because you already know me and you trust me, so that's not going to be any big deal. And then those that only know me through Etsy, well, then they'll the ones that are left over will be listed over in Etsy. So just a heads up about that, because Etsy is like, you know, putting fees all over the place with us, and I don't want to have to raise the prices. So if there aren't any more questions, please, I will give you a few minutes because of the lag. Ask me a question if you have one. So is there, oh, that's a good question, Lynn. I don't have an answer for that. I think I think with this month, I will determine that what would be a good time for me to put that up. And then whatever I decide, then I will do that. I'll do the same every month. That way, we'll get into a rhythm of it. It'll be new for all of us at the beginning. Um, like I say, I got most of the kit together, but I still have to cut up all the canvas, and there's a couple other things I wanted to put in there. And so once I do that, what's the date right now? Today is the 11th. Well, you guys will have plenty of time to order and it get mailed to you. Because we're not going to do the next tutorial until 4 weeks anyway. That's how I do it. I do it, um, can we start the list? Yes, I ship to Canada. Yeah. Now, what I will tell you as far as Canada is concerned, I have several customers there. Um, the way the shipping is, this is all what I'm going to say is to try to save money for the international. Um, when I put the kit together, it's automatically, because it's lumpy. It's not just flat. It's got dimension to it. The stuff inside, they classify it as a package. I cannot send it as an envelope. So as a package, they're already charging me, I think it's like charging you, I should say, something like $16 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. I have to double check. But if if you if you know you're going to want the next month's kit, and I've almost got that ready to go, it costs the same for the shipping if I ship 2 kits than if I ship 1 kit. So if you I'm doubling up on the kits, or if they have other orders, I'm sticking the kit in their other orders, and it might be flat rate or not, making their shipping go up any higher. So that's something to consider. I try to work with you as much as I can to get it as cheap as I can, because I can't stand what they charge. Um and so, once you get used to what my kits are like and what we do, um that might be something that you might want to consider. But yes, I do. I have no problem doing that. I just like cringe when I see what postage is for some of this stuff. Um, I need a bead dangle lesson. You got to go to Laura for that one. Laura's the one that makes those dangles so cute and pretty. And another person is, where did I put it? Where did I put it? I put it away so it would be out of the way. And where did I put it? I got this beautiful gift. Uh-oh. See, I put it away. Oh, I wanted to show you guys what I'm making. Oh, man, I forgot to show you guys, because some of you are already gone. Yeah, I'm looking for Carla's, but if you could see the mess here right now, that's why I can't find Carla's. I had it right here next to me, and now all my stuff. Oh my gosh. Don't tell her it's underneath all my stuff, but at least she knows I have it next to me. Okay, look at this cute little box. I haven't finished it, obviously. I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do to it. But isn't this cute? It's going to be really cute when I get done with it. And then it opens up. And this isn't finished yet. Oh, I lined it. And I haven't sewn the signatures in, but there's 3 little signatures in here. It has fabric inside and fabric on the outside. And I just think it's going to be so cute. It's just a cutie little thing. And so then it goes back in its little home. And then, whoops, I think I glued the thing shut. I painted it shut. This opens. Hold on. I think I closed it before it was dry. There we go. And then I'll put little pieces of ephemera inside. I think it's so cute. At one point, I was going to have this be like a whole kit, a different theme, but a whole kit. And I thought, oh, I don't know if this thing will break in the mailing and all the stuff. But I figured if I wrapped it really good and put a bunch of really cute stuff to make all the stuff, that might be something. But right now, I decided to do this little Asian one because I just like the little shape of the box and the little stuff I'm going to put on there. I think it's going to look kind of cute. Okay, where is Sarah's? Oh, now it's really bugging me. Oh, not Sarah. What am I talking about? I'm going senile. Why did I say Sarah? Who was I thinking of? Why did I say Sarah now? I really must be going through now. I lose things. I'm losing stuff. Oh, and I forgot. I should show you these little guys. These ladies, these little ladies are going to be going in the kit too. And I figured that and then I'll put the little tiny brads, and you could glue these like on cardstock and make the like paper dolls, funky fish dolls. I think that would look cute. I forgot. I was putting those in there. I need to put that over there so I don't forget. Oh, what a mess. I got too much stuff. See, it's even worse now because I get an idea and I have to go get it because I figure, oh, that needs to go over in that kit. So now I've got boxes on this shelf that I have for future ones. So I've got like certain theme ideas going, and then I go, oh wait, I have that, don't I? And I run and then go look. Oh yes, I do. Do I have enough? I don't know. So I throw it in that box that goes with that theme. so so I do have stuff all over the place. So tomorrow, I definitely have to start putting everything away because yesterday I had things strewn all over the place, putting the funky fish stuff together. And then I had that sequence everywhere. And so, oh my gosh, Lord. And then I had to keep all the Asian stuff together because I wasn't quite sure exactly, what direction we go. So I had to keep that all together and not put that away. So that was crazy. So I've got a Southwestern one that I'm putting together. What is this? Oh, yeah. So I'm putting my Southwestern stuff all in one basket. And then I'm trying to see if I can put together the one, some of the ladies wanted a masculine one so that we could make for, to maybe give for Father's Day or whatever. So I'm just not finding stuff. But if I do, we'll do that one after the funky fish. If I can't find, you know, that kind of stuff, I don't know. We'll do something else. But I'm kind of looking for that stuff right now. Why? Why, Elaine? The book looks hard to make. Which book are we speaking about? Yeah, masculine is hard to find. I have found some pretty good stuff. I just don't know if it's enough to justify a kit. You know what I mean? Um, I'm working on something though. I'm gonna test it out tomorrow. If it works, uh, yeah, it just might. Um, basically, I'll just tell you guys. Basically, what I did is I got a book over at the Dollar Tree, nondescript book, but it was all beige on the outside and didn't have any really writing or pictures or nothing, just plain old beige. I'm going to stick a couple of leaves inside of it and a little bit of rust inside of it, and I'm going to boil the whole darn book together. Just the whole darn book with the leaves and the this and all the crud. And depending on how it comes out, that might be the basis for a masculine journal. I don't know if it's going to work. I shouldn't have shared that with you because it may not work. It may not work, but now you guys know. So if that works, I got to figure out how I'll do that. I can't be boiling, 50, 60 books. So it might be a how-to for you guys to do it. You know what I mean? I'll get you the rusty bits, I'll get you the book, I'll like pre-put the plants inside already with the stuff that it needs to have to do the good printing, and then you'll get a tutorial basically on how to boil your own book. I think that would be cool. Yeah, can't be glue binding, that won't work. So, I gotta go check that. Look, it's right over here. Let me see. Now that you said that, I mean, I knew that, but I don't know if I checked it out. Because some of those, they look like they're sewn, but they aren't. Even if you look on the, oh, I don't think this one's sewn. I think that's glued. But wouldn't that look cool? Can you imagine this all boiled up and rusty and grungy and oh darn it. I think that's glued. Uh-uh. Hey, what are they talking about? Mexican laborers and nannies and caregivers. What the heck is this book even about? Disappointment. Grapes of Wrath. What? Darling. Darling. A spiritual autobiography for the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas. And must be about nuns. I guess so. The three ecologies of the Holy Desert. I don't know what this is all about. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay, so second choice. Second. um, this was from the Dollar Tree. Darling. Okay. Okay, second second idea. I might have to get like Reader's Digest because you can still find, I mean, around here I can find them kind of cheap. Um, and boil those puppies. I'll get one. And I don't have any, but I'll get one tomorrow. And I don't, most of those are sewn in. So I'll boil that puppy and see what happens. And if it works, well, yeah, that might be one of our next plans. The tiny one in the box. Oh wait, if the book falls apart after boiling, yeah, but they wouldn't be signatures. They'd be just single pages, but would still look super cool. Um, still look. I mean, boiled pages. No matter how you get them, they look cool. I'll figure it out. What I'm gonna do is, and it doesn't mean I'm gonna be able to find a whole bunch of these. I mean, they have like maybe 5 or 6, but I mean, I need a lot more than that. So, it was just gonna be experiment. But I for sure I'm gonna get one of the Reader's Digest and see what happens. Um, I'm trying to read. Yeah, it does. It has yeah, the glue. Don't pearl the spine, but that has to be grungy. That's the whole thing. It's got to be kind of warped and falling apart, and it's got to look you know, like it's been through a hard life. And then it had a hard life, and then somebody left it in the cellar, and then the cellar flooded. That's what it needs to look like. and then a little sandpaper just to help it out a little bit to expose the cardboard. You know, you know. Yeah, exactly. I like both. Okay, ladies. Thank you so much for keeping me company, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 Central Time, and we'll attempt some origami. Just don't laugh so hard that I can hear you all the way over here. Because I can't hear you guys. You know that. Oh, I see a question. Like, what's her name's book? She keeps them in the water for months and then drags them home. I don't know. I've never heard of that. That's so cool. Who does that? She keeps them in the water for months. Oh my goodness. I've never heard of that woman. You need to find out who that is and let us know tomorrow. Okay. If you have time, Kathleen, that's your homework. Orally. Uh-oh. See, JJ knows everything. I don't know who Orly is. I'm going to have to look her up. It's a YouTube video. Oh, Kathleen won't be here. Oh my goodness. Orly. Okay, everybody, look up Orly. That's going to be our goal. Do something like Orly. Yes, we will definitely, Kathleen. Thank you. Okay, ladies. Thanks a lot, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. Uh-oh. I can't find where to turn you guys off. End the stream. There you go. Okay. Good night.